guys, welcome to a new video, and this is actually the first video in my new series, my C++ series. And in this series, actually, let's just say straight up what it's about. It's about developing a C++, which we will later actually take into account when I make my SFML series. Now, my SFML series is gonna start basically towards the end of this series, somewhere around there. And this series is not gonna take that long, because not only am I not going into the very advanced stuff, but also I'm going to be releasing a lot of videos, maybe 2 to 3 videos a day from now to like a couple weeks. So that's why the series won't even take that long to end. So you have to stay on your toes for the SFML series to start. But for this series, let's just start with the basics, and let's start with a simple hello world program like always. Now, before I actually start with this, I just want to tell you guys might, someone watching this video might not know how to start this project, start this file, but I'm not gonna go over that because there's just so many videos on YouTube that just go over this simple. It's really not that hard. Just look it up online or something like that, and you'll find out how you can just set up this project. But let's actually start getting into the exciting stuff right here, right now. So, first things first, let's break this. Let's actually know what a program is now. A program is basically just a set of lines executed by the computer. Now, how does the computer get to those lines? Well, there's something called a compiler, and there's something called an IDE. Now, Visual Studios, or the program I'm on right now, is actually both of those. It does both of the jobs. A compiler is basically what translates this code into actual machine code, or code that the computer can understand. As for the IDE, it's just the text environment. Now, an IDE, anything can be an IDE. Any project you can type in, any application you can type in can be an IDE. Even Notepad can be an IDE, or a text integrated text environment. Again, Visual Studios, as you might have guessed, is an IDE and a compiler at the same time. So let's just run this code real quick. This is compiling the code right now, and at the same time I can actually type in Visual Studios, which makes it both a compiler and an IDE. Now let's actually see how I got Hello World in the first place. Alright, so first line of the code is, of course, hashtag include IOStream. Now these two headers, these two headers are actually almost in every single C++ file, or at least the basic one, the basic C++ files. These are always in there. For now, you don't really need to know why, but I'll just explain. It's namespace SCD and IOStream really quickly. Now, IOStream is basically a library. Now, a library in C++ is a keyword that when you type it in, or when you include it, it gives you a set of functions, and it allows you to use a set of functions from the C++ library. Now, what this means is this. So, in this case, IOStream is input and output. That's basically what it means, right? So, IOStream actually allows you to use input and output functions in C++. Now, an example of this would be cout. Cout is what lets you write hello world on the console, right? So let me play this real quick. This is the thing I'm dragging right now across the screen is actually what the console is. Right here, it keeps on closing. So this is what the console is, right? Now it's writing hello world, it's outputting, a better word, hello world on the screen. Now the reason for that is cout itself. Cout basically stands for console output, or outputs a certain text on the console. Obviously it gets a little more in depth later on, but it's a very basic function in C++. Now, using namespace SCD is actually not a library. Using namespace SCD is just a namespace, and this is very simple compared to IOStream. Namespace is basically, if this was not there, Then let's just take this out of the code. As you can see, we get an error. Now we'll get to what certain errors mean later on the series, but for now, just it's saying cout undeclared identifier. Now, undeclared basically means if the program doesn't know what a certain keyword on a certain line means. In our case, line 7, it's saying cout is undeclared, which also means cout. I don't know what cout is. Like, the computer does not know what cout is because we because you took out this. Now that we play it, it works. Now the reason it's like this, using namespace stds, it basically lets you use this and this without typing out std. Let's take this out one more time and try it. This, if you do this, this will still work even though we don't have using namespace std in here. The reason for that is the reason that's even there in the first place. You might ask yourself, why is that? Why don't I always use this? Because of course there are certain downsides, but for now, in the beginning, just get used to using namespace std because it's gonna make things way simpler for you. Instead of writing std with 2 colons cout and then std to 2 colons end line, writing using namespace std actually helps you just become more clear, I guess. So that's why basically you just use this. You don't have to really understand why this is here for now. Just learn the basics that I just taught right now. As for hashtag include iostream, it's also again learn the basics, which is the fact that it lets you use cout and it lets you use endline. Without this, we cannot use cout and endline. So to go over the more basic stuff now, the more background stuff now. The way a program even executes this code is the following. So let's say this console is right here, right? So the way it works is it goes the program or the compiler right here, it goes through your code one line by one line, right? So first it goes hashtag include iostream. Okay, the user wants me to include iostream. Then to using namespace std. Alright, using namespace std, the computer is getting this for now. And then int main, anything in between these brackets, these are called brackets, is what the program will execute, by the way. You don't have to know a lot about int main for now. Cout, and then the program's like, alright, he wants me to output something on the console, and then he wants me to output hello world on the console, and then endline. Endline is also, of course, so speaking of endline, let's just type the same thing, but change up some text, like, I don't know, some random thing, I don't know what I wrote there. Now, the way endline works is it just literally ends a line, like nothing more than that. It just ends a line and starts a new one when you type something else. If endline was not there, let's just say endline is not there, this will happen. Yeah, so the what's called, the program doesn't, because the computer does exactly what you tell it. It doesn't do extra stuff on its own. It's not gonna add a line by itself. It's gonna do exactly what you tell it. So when you don't put end line, the program knows, alright, he doesn't want me to end the line. So yeah, that's basically it, honestly.